How to get a man to pursue you. Oh my God, I hear that so often. I want to be chased. I want to have them come after me. I don't want to pursue them. I want them to come to me. I want to feel wanted and desired. Yeah, me too. Me too. So let's talk about what is going on with men and with you and how to move the needle in that direction. So, there are some things going on, sister, and some of it has to do with age, all right? Let's just call it what it is. We are not 20 or 30 years old anymore. Sorry, it's true, but not sorry because I wouldn't want to go back. Um, so here's the deal. Hormones are a thing. There's multiple reasons why men are not pursuing, chasing, their quest is different now. Their energy is different now. When they were younger, their hormones were, obviously, I want women. And now they may want women, but they might want something different. We'll get there in a second. So their hormones are different, and their desire, their thirst, their hunger, their baby making wiring is moving them toward, I need to find the partner. I need to find a baby mama. And so that ain't happening, not a lot anymore. They're in a different stage of life and their hormones are different. Does that mean a man won't pursue you? No. We'll get to that in a moment. However, things have changed, and there are things that you can do to get him to knock on your door and show up for you. All right. But first, hormones. Now, there's programming. We talk about this all the time. How women, as we know, givers, nurturers, and now we're in this stage of life that it's like, it's our time, it's our turn. And we want to kind of relax and receive. I don't know about you, but I certainly do. And the old wiring of men pursue, and then it doesn't happen. It's like, what? Am I doing something wrong? Is there something wrong with me? Oh, all men just want to have sex. Okay. So we're going to have like a real conversation here. Can we have a real conversation here? This is a big topic. Not even sure I can do it in one fell swoop, but let's see what we can do. So we covered the hormone thing. Can a man still pursue you? Absolutely. We'll talk about how to get that. But here's the thing. We need to update our software too. We do. Granted, we also have our challenges with our own hormones. However, we're still overall desiring and wanting to be caught, to be chased. And we need to arrive into this new stage of life. Doesn't mean you can't get a man to knock on your door and desire you. Totally doable. And we'll talk about that. Junie, you just said that. All right, we're getting to it. I'm in a mood. Anyway, so this is about relationships, sister. This is about communicating what you want and letting them know that you are available. I'm going to go right to it. Let's just go right to it. How do you get a man to pursue you? Well, let them know that you're really into them. Let them know that you really enjoyed your time with them, that you would like to have more. Guys have been rejected over and over. You think you have it hard online? Men are rejected even more. Seriously. Men are reaching out constantly. And granted, they do the hi, hello, saw your profile, like your pictures. I know it drives us crazy, but men are not as relational or as good at communication as us. So we need to have a little patience. We need to take a breath into that they are different than us. And if you like them, if you looked at their profile and did the homework that we do, we read between the lines, we look at what they wrote, we look at their pictures too. And if you think you like somebody, then I'm going to invite you to start the conversation. And you might be going, but I don't want to pursue. I don't want to make the first move. And you don't. Maybe they did make the first move with a hi, and that might be driving you nuts. I know it kind of drives me nuts too. It's like, that's all you got. And yet they are trying hard too to connect. And so by opening up the door and saying, hey, if you want to, I would love to chat with you. Ask them a question, try to engage. And again, I know sometimes you're not going to get the responses you want, and it's going to be very, few words. However, if you ask some really good questions, like, what are you most passionate about? Or I noticed, you like to ride your motorcycle in the mountains. What's your favorite place that you've driven? Like, engage them with something that they can answer. That also relaxes them because they might have some low self-esteem too. They might be challenged in this dating arena too. Oh my God, this is going to go on forever, but I'm just going to keep going. Enjoy, take notes. So get the ball rolling. If they've given you a hello and you are interested, open the door and let them in. And then you might say, oh, is that when I get to relax and get them to pursue me? Not necessarily. Because unless they're an alpha man, and you may not necessarily want an alpha man, unless they're like a really highly confident, on a mission kind of guy, they still might be hesitant. They might still be a little nervous. They also, and this is important to remember too, might have a very big job that has a lot of energy. Like they might be juggling a lot in their life. They might have grown kids that are having babies, weddings. They might be still paying bills for colleges. And there's a lot on their plate too, which might make their bandwidth a little bit smaller than you'd like. And so you might go, well, but then they're not going to have time for me. Well, I offer to you that if they really want a relationship, they will make the time. And it might need some nurturing. That's where we come in, because we are the better communicators overall. We are more relational overall. And I invite you to lean in with your big girl pants on and let them know you're interested. And even after a couple of messages, say, hey, you want to meet for coffee? Or my preference is get on the phone. My big preference is get on video and see if there's energy. See if this person is who they really say they are. Because granted, there are scammers. Granted, there are people that post pictures that are not the right pictures, and truly, even before I even get on the video or a phone call, I usually say, oh, FYI, all of my pictures and everything I wrote is up to date and accurate. Same for you, question mark. Just keep it light and simple. See what they say, because, you want to get that out of the way as soon as possible. So get the ball rolling, get them on the phone, get them on video, see if you really want to meet them. And then do you sit back? Maybe if they go, hey, let's meet, but they may not. I know how frustrating it is. So at that point, you could also go, I really would love to meet you. And you could say, any ideas, or would you like to do that? I mean, you could throw the ball back, play with them, see if they can man up in some way and go, yeah, I want to meet you too. Or you could just be assertive and confident and own it, because guess what? Men like confidence. Men like to take care of you. Men like to know that there's a place for them to give to you where you can receive. And they like confidence. They like a woman that knows what she wants. So you can be the one that says, hey, I'd love to meet you. Would you like to meet for coffee? How's Wednesday at 2:00 at this place? You can get the ball rolling. And at that point, I do say, can they show up for you in the way that you want? And this is where you can step back and see then what happens. Well, if you go out with them and you have a great time, let them know you had a great time. I'd love to do it again. And then see how it shows up. And if you're still in the driver's seat, you might want to just move to the passenger seat and see how long it takes for them to reach out. And they may not. And that's where you have two choices. Choice number one is a couple days later, maybe send them a picture of you doing something fun, or send them a picture of you bought a new pair of shoes. I was just telling this to a client this morning, and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I sent a video recently to someone who, kind of disappeared a little bit, wasn't really showing up. Hey, This is what I'm doing tonight. How about you? Let them know you're having fun. Let them know that you are alive and you have this great life, and let them picture themselves with you. Or you could say, this guy's not showing up. I've put the effort in, on to the next one. Be in your power, sister. You've got this. You've got this. So keep the ball rolling. But here's the other piece: communication. And this is where it starts with, you have to start with what, what's important to you and what you're looking for, to know what you want. And so soon out the gate, on that friggin' phone call, or certainly on that first date, bring it up and share. I'm really looking to find a companion, a fellow traveler, someone to dive deeply with, or someone to just see a couple of times a week for live music. I mean, whatever it is, be clear with what you are desiring and ask them what they're looking for. Are you looking for a partner? Are you looking to dive in? Not every guy is really looking for a relationship. And not every guy is just looking for sex either. I'm going to really encourage you to get that out of your brain. Yes, they want sex. Yes, I want sex, but it's not necessarily the only thing that's on their mind. Like I said, they've got mortgages and kids and businesses, and maybe they just retired and they're figuring out what the next chapter of their life is. And dating and relationship is not high on the list. Doesn't mean it's about you. Doesn't mean that they're not interested. They might actually be perfect, but not just yet. So knowing where they are, then you get to decide how you want to fit them in your life. Well, maybe they're a great person to go out to dinner with, and maybe with friends with benefits. I mean, this is where you get to be in the driver's seat of what you desire by communicating what is important to you and letting them know. And when you can communicate comfortably, clearly, what it is that you desire, what it is that you're wanting in relationship, and then you ask the most important question: what are you looking for? Listen, 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 and believe them when they tell you, I'm not so sure. That might be a red flag. If they say, I'm dating, I'm having some fun, I'm not really ready for a relationship, listen and believe them. Don't make up stories. Don't date a possibility. All right. That's where I'm going to stop. I just laid down a whole bunch for you. Write below some comments, some takeaways. Take a breath into what's possible. If you haven't signed up for the Find Fabulous Love group, if you're watching on YouTube, please do. That's a great resource for you. As you know, we're posting things all the time. And if you haven't liked or subscribed to the YouTube station, please do. And for those of you in the Facebook group, I just adore you guys. And to just let you know, the Loveathon is coming up soon. So keep your eyes open. Same for you, YouTubers. The Loveathon is a 7-day event that I do a couple times a year to magnetize midlife love in a whole new way. So that's coming up soon. Keep an eye out. You might even see the link below to get on the waiting list. It's a free event. You can grab a ticket right now. And well, actually, depends on when you watch this. Bottom line is there's a lot of resources for you. So I'm going to encourage you to like and subscribe and let me know how it's going. What were some takeaways? And are there some questions you might have? And with that said, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Find the joy and keep asking yourself what it is that you want, and then go get it. Be empowered, be confident, be strong. And oh, that's another one. I didn't tell you this one. Reach out to the guys. That'll be another topic for another day. Mwah. One more thing before you go. Have you taken my Discover Your Love Avatar quiz? It's a 2-minute quiz that can help you not only know your strengths, your superpower, because you have one, also identify some of your blind spots, some of the things that might be having you in your fear, having you behaving in ways that aren't in alignment with your highest self, the way you want to be when it comes to dating and relationships. And it'll also help you discover why maybe the stars haven't lined up for you yet. Bottom line is, You take this 2-minute quiz, you get a full report in your email with details on how to move forward in next level love, whether you want a partner or not. So you can go to midlifeloveoutloud.com/love quiz. The link is in the show notes as well. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to the station, I'm going to encourage you to do that too, so you don't miss any episodes. And I hope you got a ton out of today's. See you next week. Mwah.